I love the masks. It's like being at a fancy ball.
Our executive chef Philippe is the toast of New Vegas. His Brahmin Wellington is absolutely sublime.
Welcome to the Ultralux. I do hope it exceeds your every expectation. I do, but one can hardly call it work. I think of myself as a caretaker rather than a common laborer. I suppose it is a labor of love if it can be called labor at all. We at the White Glove Society are all responsible for maintaining the beauty and class of the Ultralux. And as its founder, I suppose it falls to me to decide how we go about it. What else? Mr. Gunderson and I have been discussing his livestock. It's put us in a rather delicate position, you see, his coming here. Not that we aren't grateful for his generous offer. But our executive chef, Philippe, has transformed Brahmin steak into a delicacy. He really is a genius. Everyone wants it. But a delicacy is just that, delicate. If everyone can get it, it ceases to be a delicacy. It becomes a perfectly ordinary staple. And if the gourmand served staples, it would no longer draw the caliber of people it deserves. It would be a diner or a family restaurant. So as much as we'd all love for there to be enough steak for everyone, I'm afraid there are more important things to consider. This again? I thought this was all settled. I answered every one of that investigator's questions to his satisfaction and gave all the help I could. I know our reputation hasn't always been spotless, but that's all in the past now. How some people can't get over it is beyond me. For the last time, the White Glove Society has never and will never consume human flesh for any reason. It's written in the charter. There was an investigator who came through here last week. He'd been hired by a young man whose bride-to-be went missing during their stay here. Well, you can already guess what probably happened, can't you? It seems perfectly likely that she got cold feet and ran off. And that young groom just didn't have a clue, the poor dear. A man? Well, then this can't be. 2 disappearances in my hotel? What will people say? I'm going to have a word with my staff about security on the premises. Whether these people are found or not, our guests simply must feel safe in their own rooms. Why, yes, I think so, if he hasn't checked out yet, that is. I had our maitre d' Mortimer offer him a complimentary room for as long as it took for him to be satisfied. You see, the White Glove Society remains the very picture of courtesy, even in the face of such impolite accusations. We have nothing to hide here. Now, didn't I already tell you that we don't do that sort of thing? We do not engage in cannibalism here under any circumstances, though we haven't always been the White Glove Society. There was another time, a dark time, when we went by a different name. But that's all changed now. We've evolved past such base impulses since settling into our new home. I've seen to it that those days are behind us. Ta-ta.
What can I get you?
Every evening, most of the White Glove Society sneaks away somewhere. It's probably just for show.
I waited months to get in here, but the place isn't nearly full. You think the waiting list is just for hype?
I'm in heaven. I haven't had a meal like this in, well, ever, really.
You look like you'd be more at home at one of the other hotels.
Philippe has outdone himself again. I waited months to get in here, but the place isn't nearly full. You think the waiting list is just for hype? The food here is to die for. No one cooks Brahmin like Philippe. Hey. I waited months to get in here, but the place isn't nearly full. You think the waiting list is just for hype? Did you know the strip's all stirred up lately?
So, you look positively famished. We simply can't have that. You won't find better. Another satisfied customer. Farewell.
For the price of this meal, I could buy a whole Brahmin. But I'd never make that trade.
The food here is to die for. No one cooks Brahmin like Philippe.
I'm in heaven. I haven't had a meal like this in, well, ever, really.
Philippe has outdone himself again.